Welcome to this week's stimulus news. We will be talking about the stimulus package and the politics going on in Washington that is basically blocking it from providing help to the people. And honestly, guys, I gotta say this, politics is a very dirty game, a very, very dirty game. And I don't think it's good, especially in a time when people are suffering against their own will due to reasons that they cannot control. And I honestly don't like too much politics, but hey, it is what it is. So I'm going to provide the news to you without taking any sides, and I will try to be as unbiased as possible. So please don't kill the messenger. Before we get into the video, please allow me to ask you to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you can get notifications of our videos when we post them. Also, if you don't have an account with either Weibo or Robinhood, please make sure that you use our links in the description below to sign up so you can get free stocks and we also get free stocks. Also, plus in a time when people are suffering, the least we can do is try to get free stocks, guys. At least somebody's giving us free money, while people in Washington just want to play politics all day long, Now, let's get exactly into what happened this past week. On Monday, December 21st, Congress passed a $900 billion stimulus relief bill along with a government omnibus spending bill of $1.4 trillion for a total of $2.3 trillion. So then, this stimulus bill included a $600 stimulus checks for adult and dependent up to the age of 17, and that included 17 and above. Also, it included a $300 weekly unemployment insurance for people that lost their jobs due to the pandemic. Also, it included fundings for small business owners, schools, transportation, rental assistance, and also an extension on the eviction moratorium and much more. This bill was sent out to President Trump and was also expected that President Trump was going to sign the bill. And this is where the problem comes in. Then, on Tuesday, December 22nd, President Donald Trump released a pre-recorded statement which was posted on Twitter. In his pre-recorded statement, he basically came out and said that he wasn't too happy with the stimulus package because it was providing too much foreign aid. For example, it had a certain allocation for money to be sent out to the Egyptian military. And he basically said that how come America is sending so much money in foreign aid to other countries while Americans are suffering and are in need of more relief. But for me to provide you with a little bit more of background, the reason why this bill included these other foreign aid fundings is because the stimulus bill and the government spending bill was basically combined into one bill because Congress didn't have enough time to vote on those two bills separately. So they combined them together and then they voted it at the same time, which basically means that when you look at the government spending bill over the years and all the past years, they've always had a certain allocation for foreign aid. And that's why Donald Trump came out and was talking about all these. It's not that the coronavirus bill included that, but it's the government spending bill that actually includes these fundings. So a difference has to be made there. Anyways, because of that, President Donald Trump basically hinted that he wasn't going to sign off on this stimulus bill unless Congress decided to step up the stimulus check from $600 to $2,000 per adult or $4,000 for married couple. The same night, the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, released a statement basically saying that she is agreeing with the president and that Democrats have always been pushing for more stimulus checks and that she is open to calling a unanimous decision to vote to increase the stimulus checks from $600 to $2,000 and that the vote was going to be held on Christmas Eve, which was Thursday. And then the same night, the Republican senator from South Carolina, Lindsey Graham, also tweeted saying that he is glad that Speaker Pelosi is siding with the president on the matter of increasing the stimulus checks from $600 to $2,000 to provide more relief help to the American people. But he also added that if Congress is going to go back into revising the stimulus bill, then they should also probably have to revise the Section 230 of the defense bill that was passed with a veto proof, pretty much looking at Section 230 for liability protection. And I will soon explain exactly what this liability protection is. And this liability protection is also playing a big role in the stimulus discussions that are going on. And so far, the Republican Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has not made any public statement about President Donald Trump or the stimulus talks that have been going on so far. Moving on to Wednesday, December 23rd, President Donald Trump vetoed the defense bill because of a section in that bill called Section 230 for liability protection. What is the liability protection? Basically, the liability protection is a law that gives internet companies such as YouTube or Twitter or Facebook limited liability for the things that someone like me say on their platform. So basically, they're not liable for anything that I do or say on their platform. And President Donald Trump is citing that that is not good, and that basically gives a certain facility to Russian misinformation or even Chinese misinformation, right? And he's trying to basically repeal that from the defense bill. On Thursday, December 24th, or Christmas Eve, the House tried to pass a unanimous consent between the Democrats and the Republicans. But unfortunately, this unanimous consent was blocked by the Republicans, and this was basically going to increase the stimulus checks from $600 to $2,000. But unfortunately, that did not happen because the Republicans objected to it. By now, I hope that you can tell that there is a connection between the $2,000 stimulus checks and the Section 230 for liability protection in the defense bill. So, to show that, we will start by looking at a tweet from Senator from South Carolina, Lindsey Graham. On Friday, December 25th, or Christmas Day, he tweeted later on that day that after spending the day with President Donald Trump, he realized that President Donald Trump is more than determined to give to people a stimulus check of $2,000, but also that President Donald Trump wants the Section 230 to be revised. So then now the question comes up and we ask ourselves, why is Section 230 so important to President Donald Trump? And this takes us into the next stage. Because when you kind of analyze exactly what is going on so far, you can kind of tell that President Donald Trump is basically extending an offer to the Democrats because he knows Democrats want to give people more money. So he's basically telling them, hey guys, I can agree to go with $2,000 stimulus checks, but only in case where you guys also agree to give me Section 230 of the defense bill, right? And so then, to go even more into details of exactly what's going on here, you have to look at even some of his tweets that he's been saying. Because we understand that, yes, because of the Section 230, we can get some misinformation from Russians and China. But when you really examine closely, that's when you realize that basically President Donald Trump is not too happy with what has been happening with the mainstream media, especially, for example, with his Twitter accounts. Every time that he posts about election or whatever he says, you can tell that Twitter is basically flagging all of his tweets, and he's not too happy with that because he's being censored, right? And basically with Section 230 repealed, it will basically not allow these platforms to flag his tweets, or Twitter, should I say, but it will also allow him to sue them anytime he wants to sue them if he feels like he wants to do that. So now, what is the path forward? Do I think that we're going to be getting the 600 stimulus checks? I don't think so, and I will tell you why. Do I think that we will be getting the 2,000 stimulus checks? I don't know. We will see what's going to happen in the future. But here's why I think we're not going to be getting the $600 stimulus checks. I think the reason is because President Donald Trump, because he's already been putting a fight to try and give Americans $2,000, and because he also doesn't want to be seen as weak, and we all know that President Donald Trump doesn't like to lose and to be seen as weak. And that is basically one of the reasons why I personally believe that he's not going to sign the bill that already passed Congress, which basically means that sometime this week, the eviction moratorium will be expiring, and also the unemployment insurance will be expiring, and people will be suffering and they won't be getting any help. So then, moving forward, what do I know? I know that on Monday, December 28th, Congress is supposed to meet up and they're supposed to vote on two matters. The Democrats are going to vote to try to increase the stimulus bill from $600 to $2,000. But even though the Democrats basically control the House, right? But then that amendments will have to go to the Senate, which the Senate is controlled by the Republicans. And I personally don't think that the Republicans will also pass it, because I think that Mitch McConnell, who's the Senate majority leader, also doesn't want to be seen as weak and basically just easily giving President Donald Trump what he wants. That's also one of the reasons why he hasn't given any public statements whatsoever since President Donald Trump came out last week on December 22nd and hinted that he wasn't going to sign off on this bill. And then the second thing that Congress will also vote on Monday is that the Democrats are going to try to override the president's veto on the defense bill, because they don't want to give President Donald Trump the Section 230 that he wants. Also, to finish, on Wednesday of next week, technically Congress is supposed to go on vacation, but what is being expected now is that they will be voting to try and extend the government to be funded until, I believe, for a month. So basically until, I believe, sometime in January, most likely January 20th, when President-elect Joe Biden is supposed to be sworn in. And so with all these, it is most likely that Congress is probably going to be around the next couple weeks to try and figure out something so that they can finally send out help to suffering Americans, because this coming week a lot of stuff will be expiring and people will be suffering, and that is basically a recipe for a disaster. I personally really hope that they're going to figure something out and stop playing politics, okay? Both sides, Democrats and Republicans, they just play too much politics while people are getting buried in the middle. So hopefully, let's hope that they figure something out so they finally help the people. With that being said, I'd like to say thank you for watching our videos. Please make sure that you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and also turn on the notification bell so you can get notifications of our videos when we post them. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.